Hello and welcome back to Michigan Farm Bureau's Bee Agriculture Career Conversations. We are excited that you're joining us. If you haven't checked out any of our other videos, we hope that you check out those career conversations as well, focusing on a variety of ways that you can take your interests and bee agriculture as you look at your career focus. Today, we are focusing on Bee Constructive. So that's looking at technical, hands-on skills to repair, lead, and oversee projects. Maybe that's working with farm machinery, agriculture buildings, wind turbines. It's a growing career segment, and we're super excited to have our three panelists with us here today. Just a couple of housekeeping items. Our attendees, though we can't see you, we welcome your questions. So if you do have some questions, we have a question and answer box. Feel free to drop it in there, and we'll make sure that if we have time, we'll have our panelists answer that for you, or we will follow up with you. So we're going to jump right into it, guys, here on the panel today. I'm going to start with James. James, if you wouldn't mind, why don't you just share your name, your title, and the company that you're with, and maybe just one reason why you really enjoy your career area.
All right, thanks, Katie. My name is James Bosserd. I'm with Eaton Corporation in Galesburg, Michigan. So Eaton Corporation is a varied industrial company. They make tons of different things, but I work in our heavy truck transmission area where we design and test semi-truck transmissions. I'm a test cell supervisor there, so I help oversee all the lab activities and upgrades. And I really enjoy my job because I get to work directly with people every day, and kind of it's a wide variety of things I get involved in. So it keeps me on my toes and keeps me interested and engaged.
Awesome. Thanks, James. Ralph?
Good afternoon. My name's Ralph Hansen, 1977-78 state reporter out of the Hopkins FFA chapter. I always got to put a plug in for FFA Hopkins chapter over on the west side. I currently serve as the school director and training coordinator for AIS Construction Equipment Corporation. My day-to-day activity is involved in working with high school students, just like yourselves, and looking at career opportunities in the heavy equipment and construction field. I welcome the opportunity to talk to you. As far as what I like the most about my job is just the opportunity to meet people, to work with a great group of people that take their work seriously, that enjoy what they do every day, and take pride in what it is that they do here at AIS. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for being with us, Ralph. And Erin.
All right, guys, my name is Erin Miller. I'm the lead project engineer here on a wind farm project that's being built in Liberal, Missouri. I'm a graduate of Northern Michigan University, and I head up all of our quality control efforts here on the project to provide our owner a good, clean project at the end with no major incidents, safety and on the quality side of things. I really like my job because I get to spend a decent amount of time outside as well as a decent amount of time at the desk and work with a team of 300 people, and we literally take a cornfield or a farm field and turn it into something that produces energy. We bring everything to site here. We're pretty self-sufficient, and we work pretty well as a team. So it's a good, fun time.
Great. Thanks for being with us, guys. I know that schedules are busy, and I just appreciate you taking a little bit of time to share with our students about what you do, what you get to do on the daily end, maybe seasonally, and just being able to be in their classroom, wherever their classroom might be right now. And I really want to dive into what you do. So let's talk about what are some tasks that 2 or 3 main tasks that you do regularly, whether that's daily or seasonally or just a part of your job that you know you're going to be doing. So James, if you want to kind of dive in and explain a little bit more about the actual stuff that you get to do.
So in the test lab, we're testing transmissions. So one of the primary things I do on a daily basis is just work with all the individual technicians to make sure our tests are scheduled appropriately and kind of help moderate the workflow throughout the lab. So that's moving products around and making sure the tests get conducted. The second part that I get involved with a lot is what I like to call fire firefighting, which is basically there's a problem in the lab, and we got to solve the problem, whether that means it's a mechanical problem, an electrical problem, software problem, or a testing problem, just working with the technicians and the design engineers to come up with solutions and get the tests running. And then the third aspect of my job that I really enjoy is kind of a longer term piece where I'm in charge of some lab upgrade projects. So these are longer term projects that can be large dollar capital type projects where we're overhauling test cells, sometimes bringing in skilled trades individuals to upgrade our facilities and our equipment to make us have more capability within our lab.
That sounds very cool. Thanks, James. Awesome. And then Ralph, what are maybe 2 or 3 that you get to do?
Sure. Here at AIS in Lansing, in addition to our 5 branches around the state, we are a dealership, just as you would see a Ford dealership or a Chevy dealership to go buy a vehicle from. We're a dealership in heavy equipment. John Deere, Komatsu, JCB, those are our main lines. So everything that is involved with selling, repairing, renting heavy equipment to the construction industry is what's involved on a daily basis here at AIS. Our Lansing branch has close to 50 technicians, and their main responsibility is to service those vehicles before they go out, or customer vehicles. They do the service on rental machines before they're rented, and that could be diesel engines, that's hydraulics, that's electrical work, that's drivetrains, everything to make that vehicle or make that piece of machinery operate. So they might work on something as simple as replacing the tires to diagnosing and rebuilding a diesel engine. So it is varied, it is ongoing, it is exciting. Because you never really know as a service technician what's going to be handed to you next. So you have to have that wide knowledge of that machinery. That's kind of the daily day that goes on here today.
Awesome. Thank you. And Erin, what are some of your main tasks?
So my main tasks every day are typically we have really early mornings here on site. Actually, we have really long days in general, but I lead a position. I have to spend some time with our owner. Every morning we have a morning meeting. We call it plan of the day meeting. On site to keep open communication. Our owner and owner's quality reps on site that are like double checking our work. And then after that, I typically spend our crews, getting out, meeting with them, setting for the day. That is all electronic driven to the computer driven tasks that they're going to do that day as they're connecting towers and putting them off in the field. And then spend my lunchtime and afternoon in my office here on site. We've got a big job trailer here with our team, supervisor staff, and we do internal meetings and things like that. And I have a large paperwork trail that goes with every turbine equipment, and I complete that. And I'll turn back over to the turbine supplier and our customer at the end of the project. So I team up on those in the afternoons. And it's my late evening or early evening back out in the field, rounding up guys and figuring out what we need to improve on for next day, whether it be materials or supplies like that. And I typically work. I have about 4 or 5 field engineers, and they're the ones that perform our final quality. So most of these guys are brand new college graduates, and this is their first construction. Some of these are their first construction job, and so I train them up on everything they know to do these checks and get them in the field and working with our guys and things like that.
Awesome. Great. So you guys have all of you have such interesting tasks, and I know that probably was just such a snippet of what actually is happening, right? Like if we could just be flies on the wall at your places of work, that would really let us dive in deep. But I appreciate you kind of giving us that high level look into what you guys get to do. If somebody's watching and trying to think, maybe I want to go down this track, what would be some like training or education or certifications that they might look at, or potentially you were able to receive through your companies? Kind of share a little bit about education and training and background and what that looks like.
Yeah, so for me, mine's a little unique because I ended up here in a roundabout way, but I have a bachelor's degree in biosystems engineering and a master's degree in agricultural engineering, MSU in Iowa State. So that kind of got me into the testing world. But really to be involved, the people I work with on a daily basis have a wide variety of skill sets. So if you wanted to get involved in testing or test labs, a lot of the technicians I work with, most of the skilled trades are all very applicable to our work. So electricians, we do a lot of work with electricians and electrical technicians. A lot of our guys are mechanical technicians, so they've either spent time working in dealerships before and have transitioned to us over in Eaton, so they have a number of different certifications that you would get from working on heavy equipment. There's a lot of different ways to kind of get into this area, and I would say pretty much all the skilled trades generally end up being very valuable to what we're doing, and from a facilities standpoint, we need all those different pieces to make us functional as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Ralph?
Thank you. Similarly to what James was talking about, I think that as high school students or young adults that are looking at this as a career choice, the more experiences that you have at the high school level, whether it's continuing through your agriculture program, maybe investigating an automotive or a diesel tech program. I always like to tell the young people that I work with that at this point, while you're still juniors and seniors in high schools, it's free. So maybe to take advantage of a number of career branches, if you will, might not be a bad idea to take a look at. Maybe my senior year, instead of taking this course, I will look at that diesel technology. We hire a lot of our technicians out of post-secondary education. We do hire a lot of high school students, put them on co-op, and then provide them opportunities, whether it's scholarship or work study, to continue their education at the schools. I'll put a plug into the schools that we work with. Ferris State University has a wonderful heavy equipment training program, and so does Lansing Community College. AIS Construction Food Corporation started our own post-secondary program. It's called the AIS Heavy Equipment Technical Institute. And at the Institute, there are 9 courses that make up a certificate of completion with math, English built into the courses, but not separate courses. Much like any career, we'll look for dedicated individuals that care about providing quality, but those backgrounds of some mechanical aptitude, a caring nature, customer service, all of that is so important in the heavy equipment field. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, it does. Yes, thank you. Erin?
Yeah, so in the wind industry, there's kind of a couple different ways you can go, and it depends on how hands-on you really want to get. I do spend me and my guys spend a lot of time hands-on in the field and working through problem solving and a little bit of the firefighting, like James talked about, as we get through problems and things like that. But you do have to be very motivated. Want to be able to work hands-on. I took a year of the AIS program when I was in high school, and that helped me get really comfortable with tooling and working on things and that's mainly what we do and try to figure out problems. go on from there. But outside of on the construction side of things, when business could become a week back, there's a lot of 2- and 4-year programs to go through and learn in depth how the turbines operate and how the power is produced and how they maintain them and work on them in the field. And you can go to work for the OEMs and that have the contacts to maintain these turbines for a customer and climb every day and work with them every day. And that's another route you can go with education. It doesn't take a lot. There's a ton of need. The business is exploding right now in the country, and you can't find enough staff for our job sites. So it's an opportunity.
Awesome. Thanks, because I'm going to kind of go off. I know I said I was going to stick to the script, but I'm curious, and it kind of falls in here. But if somebody is watching and thinking, I wonder if this is where I want to be, what are some interests that they might already have, or maybe a better question, or like what hobbies might they have or want to try out? What extracurricular activities or clubs or organizations might they want to be a part of? So outside of like that the educational training, what are some of those non-formal organizations, interests, hobbies that they may be interested in, where they're like, oh, I do that. Maybe this is where I want to see myself go. James, you want to share a little bit?
Yeah, so obviously I think a lot of it has to do kind of backgrounds and liking to fix things, repair things. You know, obviously that kind of is natural for some of this. But I would say kind of in a broader sense, just being curious about the way things work and trying to figure out, okay, you know, how does a hydraulic system really function? And what are the different components of it? And just having that kind of natural curiosity for things really seems to pay off for people that I work with, because then it kind of leads them to explore different things on their own, and they learn things when they're interested in them. And I think that's kind of where you're headed on this is, you know, if you're really into computers, you know, we all work, we talk a lot about hands-on stuff, but everything involves electronics now too. Like my guys are working on computers every single day. So if you like doing programming, you know, for me, you know, the skills I would need in my lab are, if you're doing like high school robotics competitions where you're doing programming, you're doing some electrical work, you're doing some mechanical work. I mean, that's like a grand slam of skill sets right there that all kind of build into what we're doing. So, just kind of being curious about those things and trying to learn about the way things, whether it's, you know, electrical things, even household wiring and things like that. If you like helping remodel your parents' house or outbuildings or whatever, that's all applicable, and just being curious and wanting to learn, I think that's all very beneficial.
Awesome. Thank you, James. Ralph, what would you like to share?
Yeah, I would again agree with James on that. I think for those tinkerers that are in the classroom that like to see how why does that happen? Why does it work that way? And if I understand how it works, taking it to the next level that says, how can I make this work better? What happens if I change the sprocket size on this? I'll call it a mini bike, but it's probably called something else now. I'm going back to aging myself, right? Like other four-wheelers, I guess. What happens when I change the sprocket on this and change the size? And so I think it's understanding that mechanical aspect. At AIS, we hire mechanics and we hire technicians. And 10 years ago, we probably hired 80% mechanics and 20% technicians. It's reversed now. Longer is it, I mean, to some degree, it's taking the starter out and replacing with another starter and you're done. But so much of it now is diagnosing what's going on. So much of it now is computer-based. The first tool a technician in our shop will pull out will be a crescent wrench or a socket set. It will be his laptop or her laptop. And they'll hook that up to that machine, and that machine will diagnose, or that laptop will diagnose that machine and give them the hydraulic pressures, give them the electrical information, and then from there, then they start going deeper into their toolbox. So, I think any of that, whether it's computer, you're interested in computers, whether you're interested in wrenches, we run a high school program here at the AIS Center in Lansing, much like Erin attended over our Richmond branch. I will tell you that 90% of the parking spaces are filled by four-wheel trucks. It gives you an indication of who it is that's interested in our programs. I just bought a new lawn tractor last night after my Craftsman gave out 20 years later, right? I got my money's worth out of that. I called up one of our high school students and said, you come and get it and have it. He's going to tear it apart, rebuild it. He's going to sell it. He's going to make money. Those are the sort of kids, young people, that go into these sort of fields.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Erin, what are your thoughts?
Our business, what we do building things, is really just going back to your basic Legos. I mean, yeah, it's a huge hundreds of tons of iron that's going in the air, but at the end of the day, it's just taking things and stacking them. So, I was in high school. I was very involved in team building activities and clubs and stuff that we had to really work together and show leadership skills. And then I did in high school. I was not, the operating thing, because we have a ton of our site is crane operators and forklift operators and dozer operators that are putting truck drivers that are putting materials around and moving materials for us. So that's who does that's who really makes these wind farms build, is them days, the operators. So things that you can get hands on in and go in depth and get curious, like the other two gentlemen said about something and find figure out what's happening there. But when it gets down to it, it's at the end of the day, we were just putting really big bolts and big holes and tightening them down. I mean, the process is pretty simple. It's just a lot to make it go.
Awesome. So if parents are watching, we should be super happy that there's Legos everywhere, and my four-wheeler has a tire gone because we thought we'd try to make it go better. Is that what you're saying? Okay. You're making me feel better. I have one that kind of falls in this category, and he's gonna do really well, right? He's gonna hold on. So I appreciate you guys sharing all that. I think just great knowledge to share and to keep in the back of your head as you're looking at different career focuses. And there's a lot of things that we love about our jobs. I know there's a lot of things I love about my job, but there's also some tasks that we just have to do, and we want to be eyes wide open when we're talking to our students about what to expect. And so what are some tasks or things that we want to make sure that they're aware of that maybe aren't. And I'm going to say you can't say paperwork because everybody says paperwork. So I'm taking that off. You better hopefully have a question and answer number 2. There's always paperwork. There's always a paper trail. So you can be creative in that. But just think about, what's a task maybe that you gotta do it. And I guess if it is paperwork, I'll let you slide if you make it a really good answer. James, start with you.
Okay. Well, you took away one of mine, I guess. But a close second and kind of falls along the same lines is there usually for any large corporation or any large business, there's going to be processes where specific steps that you have to follow when you're doing certain jobs. And those are really important to any job just because they help promote consistency. And sometimes they're not, you may not agree with the process, but it's really important that they're followed. So that, if somebody takes over for me in 2 years, we're doing the same thing 2 years from now that we were today, and we don't have any problems. I would say the other thing that is really important, as much as people like to be individual contributors, so work on your own, do things by yourself. You really need to be a really good team player. And I'm sure a lot of people have said that in other career field areas too. But the ability to work alongside someone and cooperate with them to get a job done. You don't have to like the person. You don't have to go hang out with them after work. But you guys have to be able to work together. I think that's a really important skill that a lot of people kind of overlook. They just kind of think if I do a good job by myself, that's good enough. And that isn't always the case.
Excellent. Excellent answer, since I took one away. That was very good. Thank you, James. Ralph?
I think I'll follow through on James. You know, the bulldozer that you're working on, or the excavator hydraulic system that you're working on, normally doesn't talk back to you or have an attitude, right? It's just you and some inanimate object. But there's a boss there that's on the clock that's quoted that machine at a certain amount. He's paying you so much per hour. So if that project doesn't seem to be moving as fast as he or she is thinking it should be, then you have to deal with that animate object called an individual and a team player or your boss. And whether that's something you dislike, I don't know if that's the case, but just repeat James, it's teamwork. It's not your machine, it's not your job, it's the company's job to get that machine fixed and back to the customer. So I think that's one of the areas that if you were to poll our technicians, I think some of them would say, give me my toolbox, tell me what I got to do, and I'll let you know when I'm done. Well, it doesn't work that way all the time, and I think sometimes that can be frustrating. The other thing that I would say that I think this is the case for, regardless whether you're an agriculture teacher or whether or not you're a technician or an operator or what have it, is there are going to be things that will frustrate the bejeebers out of you, right? That no matter what I do, I just can't get this thing to work. That can be frustrating, particularly if someone's looking over your shoulder and trying to get it done. Probably not a bad time to walk away from it and think about it a little bit. Ask a friend. There again, develop those relationships with your coworkers and say, I'm having a heck of a time trying to diagnose this and figure out what you need. And so that can be a frustrating part of the job situation. So you got to be able to roll with the punches a little bit.
Awesome. Thanks, Ralph. Erin, what could you add?
Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty. The biggest thing when I entered this business, when I left my own business that I had for 3 years, was just like James and Rolf has said, is just understanding the emphasis of what it takes to do this. I mean, you gotta have the heart and to be able to work as a team here to get through this. I mean, it takes more than one person to build these wind farms, and understand that there's a lot of every day you got to be aware of your situation and know that what you do and say might affect somebody else's job or how they do the job. So really sticking to what you know and what your task and role is, so that everyone else can kind of follow after, and we treat all the crew behind us and the next task is the customer.
Oh, gotcha. I like that. I like that frame of thought. Thank you guys for sharing those excellent answers, actually. So we're kind of coming to the end of our time together. It's been an awesome panel. Thank you guys very much. Curious if you were to share just one piece of advice for a student listening, or maybe somebody who's recently graduated and trying to figure out, is this my next step? Like, what's that piece of advice you would give to them to help them succeed in this career focus of be constructive in general? James?
Yeah, I would say maybe two little things. One is, don't pigeonhole yourself or don't narrow your focus too much too early. It's really good to have a broad experience that you can apply to an individual job, regardless of what career field you get into. But I find the people who work for me the most, the ones who I get the most benefit from have the broadest background, so they can bring a lot to the job experience. So I think that's probably a big one. The other one I would say is just, don't wait for someone to tell you or ask you what to do. If you see something in the workplace that you know what to do and how to address it, don't be afraid to do that. It's always good to see people who want to take ownership of things and not necessarily people who are just sitting around waiting to be told to do something. So if you can take ownership and if you have a broad background, I think those two things will take you very far.
Awesome. Great pieces of advice. Thank you, James. Ralph?
I think that my suggestion to the young folks in the audience today is much like you would, I don't know, before you buy your phone or before you buy anything, whether it's a restaurant you go to or whatever the case might be, don't you research it a bit? Don't you go and have some experiences about that particular product before you go about dropping down some dollars to purchase that particular phone or that particular ATV or whatever the case might be? And it always kind of surprises me a bit that some folks, I'm pointing to anybody here, might spend more time deciding on those factors than on a career choice that they might have. All of us in this industry and any industry that have been in it for long enough are very proud of what we do. We want to share what we do with others, hoping that others will follow in our footsteps. So if you're looking at a career opportunity or a job opportunity, I would suggest making those contacts with a local business, even if you got to drive the next town over to say, hey, do you mind if I came over and job shadowed or spent a little time with a technician or just to sit down? I'm trying to decide what career I want to go. And I'll guarantee you 9 times 10 individuals are very happy to sit down with you and even go into more depth than what we're able to do today. So that would be my advice to young folks out there is before you pull that trigger, make sure that you've done research and go and talk to people that are in the field.
Awesome. Thank you. Great advice. Erin?
The one thing I could share here is I right out of college I ran my own business for like 3 years or 3.5 years, and I decided it wasn't for me. So it wasn't that it was or anything like that, but I made a big career change and left my hometown and went on the road here building these wind farms. So don't be afraid to try something, and if it doesn't work out, reboot. Take some time off. Figure out what you want to do and then go after it. And you can do that 2 or 3 times. I mean, I worked for my family. That didn't quite work out. I've gone, wasn't happy as there. And then now I'm playing here in the wind business and really, really enjoy it. So it took a few times for me to figure out what I really want to do and what gave me happiness and a passion, I guess you could say. So don't be afraid to go try something, whether it be for a summer or a job shadow or a semester even, and then go back and try something else.
Awesome. Just take that first step, right? Instead of sitting there hemming and hawing. And yeah, I think each of you provided advice that maybe students and young adults have heard from parents. So you're just repeating, and sometimes if somebody else says it, it's just magical and it has an aha moment. So I'm sure that your advice is taken to heart very much. So I just want to thank you guys for coming on today, sharing with us on our Be Agriculture Career Conversations, the Michigan Farm Bureau. I appreciate each of you for taking time and just providing such an insight to young adults looking for that next step. So thank you very much for being on with us today. For those that are watching, we hope that if you found an interest here, we will have links in our YouTube description below to help you dive deeper into some of the topics that we talked about. And make sure that you check out the other 8 videos that we have for our Michigan Farm Bureau Bee Agriculture Career Conversations. There might be a focus that allows you to take your interest and figure out how to be agriculture in your career steps. So with that, we just want to say thanks, guys. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'm sure we'll see you soon.